gonna show you guys how to make some crazy sample beats for 1300SAINT and ninevicous. Yes, I know, I've been posting these a lot lately, but I've been having a lot of fun making these beats lately. And also, 1300SAINT recently just dropped Savior Deluxe, so now's the perfect time to show you guys how to make these beats. But today we're actually making something a bit faster. All the other beats were around like 130, 140-ish BPM. This one's a bit faster. This one's around the 150 BPM. I was going for something more melodic, something like Divine or like Mami. But anyways, I decided to sample Problematic by Kanye West. Now, I don't know if this is gonna get a copyright strike. So if you guys are seeing this video, I guess we made it. We survived the strike. But the first thing you want to do, obviously, when you have the sample, is find the key and the BPM. Now, what you can do is put it into TuneBat, right? And just type it in. But the problem with TuneBat is sometimes this shit is inaccurate. As you can see, it says it's at 78 BPM. But I want to work in the 100 range. So if we do 78 times 2, that's 156. So I put it to 156. But as you can see, it's kind of offbeat. Look, if I just put it here, right, and then I play a bit of it with the metronome, you're gonna see it sounds a bit off. Right here, look, let me just move forward a bit if I start here. As you can see, that shit is off. So instead, what we can do is double click it, then right click the kind of wave right here, and then just press Detect Tempo in FL Studio. And then you have to pick the range, so we're just gonna pick 100, 200, and as you can see, it's saying 154 instead of 156. So we're gonna put it to 154. Now we're gonna move it onto beat. So with this song, it kind of takes a bit to drop. It doesn't drop right away. It kind of does this. You have to put it like here, like at the 4th one. So now if we play it, as you can see, that sounds way more on beat. And if you look at it, if you look at the wave, the parts where it's supposed to drop fit perfectly, look. And here too, look. Now it says the key is E minor, but just to double check, we can go here in the key finder and just throw it in. And it says E minor, so we're just gonna assume that it's E minor because both of them say E minor. So now we know that the original song is in 154 BPM and it's in E minor. Now we can play around with it. The first thing you want to do is double click it and then change this to stretch. That way you can stretch the sample along with the BPM. So look, we can make it really fast. Or, we can pitch it down. Ooh, that kind of sounds hard. But for my beat, I decided to pitch it up by 5, so we're going to do that. And then I also put it just down a bit to 150. Now it's going to sound like this. See? Well, a lot more higher pitch. Now, here's a tip that I actually learned recently. So usually in samples, there's drums. But in this song, there really isn't. There's just like a snare. So you can kind of hear it in the background. It's kind of faint. There's not really any drums on this song. However, just so we have more manipulation of the sample, what we can do is click this right here. Then we're going to press Extract Stems from Sample. And what that's going to do is split the sample into the different stems. So look, we can separate it by the voice, the bass, the instruments, the drums. We can do all that. So after that, you just press Extract. Now, I already did that. I did that here, and I just decided to take out the bass and the drums because I just wanted the vocals and the kind of instruments in the background. So I'll show you guys the different stems. The first stem is obviously the vocals. Then the second stem is just the melody in the background. And then here, throughout the verse, I put this kind of like trumpet thing right here. Just to give the beat more variation, because I don't like looping, one part of the sample over and over again. I mean, you can do that, especially in ninevicous type of beat. But I like to kind of, switch it up a bit. And then I just added a few more elements to the melody. So I added these 2 violins. The first one I made on my own. It sounds like this. And guys, that shit sounds beautiful. Oh my goodness. But this is called the solo violin and expand. And on the mixer channel, all I did was I put a sound equalizer to make it a bit louder, and I put an EQ to take out some low end. Then I added the second kind of violin thing, and this one just kind of plays in the background. but this is in arcade. It's in the Passport Bank. It's called Zingfu. And for those of you wondering, Zingfu actually means happiness and blessedness, or a state of contented. Bro, I swear these are not that's not a word. Blessedness? I've never heard someone say that as an actual word before. But on the mixer channel, all I did was I put some reverb and then I put a soundgarnizer just to make it a bit louder. And guys, that's it for the melody. Like honestly, on these beats, you just gotta let the sample rock and do its thing. Now moving on to the drums, I mean they're actually pretty simple. The first thing I added was these hi-hats. And on the hi-hats, I put a reverb, and I also put a pan-o-matic just so it pans left and right in your ear. Next, I added this clap right here. Put this 808. A box, an open hat, and finally this crash right here. And that's it for the drums. Like honestly guys, once you find the sample, these beats are very easy to make. Then I forgot to show you guys here, I actually took the drum stems, so same thing we did before, you know, extract sample and then, you know, I just did drums. And I put them here on the last hook just to, I mean, you guys will see it. Like when I play it, you guys will see it. But yeah, anyways, let me show you guys this beat. And also, I got some vocals, yes! Because you guys know I love making beats around vocals. So I got the Mami vocals by 1300SAINT. I also have the Best Show in the World vocals by ninevicous. Yes, I put both of them on this beat just to show you. Oh, fuck, wait, where am I going? I'm not gonna lie, if I get a copyright strike on this video, I won't be surprised because I have 3 whole songs here. I got a Kanye West sample, and then I got 1300SAINT and ninevicous vocals here. So hopefully, you know, we get through. And hopefully this video doesn't get, you know, a copy. Hopefully I don't fucking edit this video. Spend all night editing this video just for it to say, oh, you can't post this copyright. This is the hook. Let me just shut up and play it. This is the hook. It drops into the hook and 13. This is how sexy this shit sounds.
Keep my ex and I ain't going for nothing. Keep my ex and I ain't going for nothing. You been gone, she on something.
And yeah, see, that shit sounds hard, guys. That shit sounds so smooth. I had to pause it. I know, like he was really going on that hook, but you know, again, I don't want to get a copyright strike. So if I keep pausing it and talking in between it, you know, hopefully. But anyways, this is the second half of the hook, and yes, I know this shit is off grid, but that's because, like I said before, the beginning of the song starts weird. Look, and I wanted to keep that as the intro, so. You know, that's why it kind of looks a bit off grid. I just had to move it back a bit. But anyways, this is the second half of the hook. And I added the violins and that shit sounds sexy. Yeah, see? I don't know if you guys could hear that shit in the background, but that, yeah. This is the verse right here. And as you can see, it's just the piano. I took out the vocals, and it's just the piano and the second violin. But this is the verse right here.
She's some good shit, Latina, Mami. I ain't slept in days, bitch, I'm a zombie. I ain't never shot that Abercrombie. Let my ex and I sleep with it always. What's up, mate?
And this part right here, this trumpet thing is part of the song. Like, look. Like, if you guys listen to the song, you guys will probably recognize that part. But, I decided to add it in the verse instead of the vocals, just to give it a switch up. So, this is the second half of the verse.
First too late, mate. Pockets full of love and cake. Pockets full, they just ain't.
And that fuck is so sexy. Oh my god, that did so awesome. But yeah, then the violin and shit, this is the hook, it's the same shit. But then this is where ninevicous comes in. Like, I just combined the 2 songs because fuck it, why not? I mean, it's really the same layout. Like, as you can see, you know, I kind of copied this shit. And then for the hook, I kind of copied it again. But I'll just show you guys a bit of the ninevicous verse. Honestly, it doesn't sound the greatest because I had to like stretch it and like, you know, the mix isn't great. But anyways, this is what it sounds like.
It's a crazy life. Why we fussing fight? Why you on my phone? Tell my bitch I don't even like him. You know I love God, I told him to lead me to the light. We pop every time we pop out.
Yeah, see, look, that shit does not sound as smooth. Anyways, I'm gonna just show you guys the last hook, because this is where I cut all the drums and put the original drums in the sample. So, this is what it sounds like here.
Keep my head friend, I ain't going for nothing. Keep my head friend, I ain't going for nothing. Yeah, be gone, she on something. I be gonna want something.
And then, yeah, it just ends like this. Actually, I'm not gonna play this shit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to get copyright strike. But pretty much the outro is the exact same as the actual song. But yeah, that's how you make some nice melodic sample beats for 1300 Saint and Ninevicous. Let me know what you guys think of this beat. Comment down your favorite 1300 Saint and Ninevicous songs of all time. These are mine, okay? Let's start with Ninevicous. My favorite Ninevicous song is not on YouTube. It's called Babies. That's my favorite Ninevicous song. Other than that, honestly, it might be 24 hours because this beat is really sexy. And conversating, like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like the beat for this song, but it's just catchy. I don't know, this song's catchy. I listen to 1300 Saint a lot more, to be honest. My favorite songs by 1300 Saint are The World Is Yours. However, this song's hard. Especially in the car, this song hits. Southside Forever is catchy as fuck. This song's hard too. And probably Divine. Yeah, those are my favorite 1300 Saint songs. Let me know what you guys think though. And if you guys want more Ninevicous and 1300 Saint videos, I mean, check out my latest videos. I got a lot of them. Check out this video. Or if you don't want to check out that, you want some harder shit, you should watch this video. This video's kind of hard, I can't lie. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.